Welcome to Sincerely Bhakti, episode 15, The Qualification of a True Leader. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad-gītā, commentary by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, chapter 3, verse 21. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So Srila Prabhupada begins his purport by writing, people in general always require a leader who can teach the public by practical behavior. So this phrase, people in general, resonates for me because that means me. I am one of those people in general. And I was thinking that since we were born, we have always been looking for someone to follow. You know, I have a friend of mine who has a son who's about a year and a half old, and he's at this age where he's just copying everything that his parents do, from their movements to their expressions, he's trying to produce the sounds that they're saying. So this never stops. We're always still looking for someone to follow and to kind of copy. So there is a thorny word, though, in this verse. And that word that I noticed was exemplary. And in English, this means a desirable model or the best of its kind. And Srila Prabhupada used that word in his translation because there is a very positive connotation with the word exemplary. It's the best of its kind. If we look at the Sanskrit, the word is pramana, which also translates as the measure or the proof or the evidence. So the proof of what? So in our modern times, we would say, okay, the proof of someone working hard or having some great skill. You know, they gain power, wealth, fame, beauty. You know, these become the most desirable traits in our modern times, and they become the best of our kind. So they become what people want to follow, the common man, people who are just powerful and famous. And UK Learning did a poll for the children of their readers, and they asked them, who's your hero? And most children responded that their heroes were celebrities, athletes, rappers, pop stars. You know, for girls, it was Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande. And for boys, it was Usain Bolt. I guess he's an athlete. And Ed Sheeran. So these are people who are powerful and have a lot of influence by dint of their talent or their attractive nature, their charisma. But the problem is that what is the state of their character? Because that is ultimately what all of these children are looking to. How are these people conducting themselves? So what this verse truly means is that the true leaders are exemplary. They gain power from following the rules of scripture or the Shastra. So Srila Prabhupada writes, the revealed scriptures like Manu Samhita and similar others are considered the standard books to be followed by human society. So this means that leaders, true auspicious leaders, are proof or the pramana of following these rules of the scriptures. They're the proof of the power of good character. So, you know, I was really reflecting, okay, so what do these scriptures teach? You know, what are the rules of character that these scriptures are teaching? Is it just some outdated, archaic idea of character? So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter 11, verse 5, there's a powerful conversation where Sri Narada Muni then explains what he heard from the mouth of Narayan or the Lord, the principles that should be followed by all human beings. And I'm just going to highlight a few of these qualities, such as truthfulness, austerity, non-violence, celibacy, charity, rendering service to saintly persons, remaining silent and grave and avoiding unnecessary talk. So trying to render service, performing worship. So these are qualities that are meant to be developed by all of us, but sometimes it's really hard to follow these principles. So we need someone to apply them into their lives. And when we see leaders doing this, they are proof of good character, and we can actually follow something in such a practical, profound, powerful way. So ultimately, Prabhupada writes, all such leaders have a great responsibility to their dependents. And he writes that these leaders are kings, executive, head of state, fathers, school teachers. So these kinds of leaders have a responsibility to their dependents. Therefore, they must be conversant with standard books of moral and spiritual codes. This is a responsibility of all leaders, to actually understand and be conversant with spiritual and moral codes. This is a lost art. That's all I have to say. The leaders of countries in the world do not follow particular spiritual moral codes to the best of my knowledge, at least in today's day and age. So following these codes, though, we can see that there is proof of solid character and desirable character that we can all aspire to and we know is the best of our human and divine nature. So these are the qualifications of a true leader. So thank you for tuning in to Sincerely Bhakti. I'll see you next time. Hare Krishna.